Yo, beautiful people, this Nate here.
It's Kev.
And yo, we are GamesMusicLyfe. This is the GamesMusicLyfe podcast episode. Now, is it 338? Because I messed up last week.
I think it's 338. I think
okay, because last week I said 337 or 336, and it was 337. So I did. That's the beauty of post-production. I can put it in there.
That's a fact.
You know, I can say whatever I want. What y'all see visually is what y'all going to, go with. So
yeah.
I believe this is 338. All right, that's cool. What's up, man?
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Nice little overcast Memorial Day here in Central Ohio.
Yeah, how do you? Okay, so I know we've expressed before how we both like natural light. How do you like the overcast? Like for me, I'm cool with it. It takes me back to a day. Okay, it takes me back for days of like snow days where I can it just feels good. I don't feel like I'm missing anything outside. I get my gaming in, watch some good TV. Because I do want to go through what we were watching today too. I'm interested to see what you and Toy are going through, watching wise. But that's how I feel about overcast days. It don't the air's not coming off. It's staying on for the duration. This is it for the season.
Oh yeah.
So the dogs are outside playing. As long as it's not raining, they're okay. I don't feel bad about them being out there. Although you did give me the blueprint last week about just putting a bowl of water out there, which I checked our inbox. We haven't got any bad feedback from any animal lovers out there. Trust me, I'm a doggy daddy, so it's not that. Kev does not have a dog yet, so he doesn't. He doesn't know how it is to be that. But yeah, overcast is cool to me, bro.
Hey, listen, man, what's wrong with the bowl of water outside, man? Them dogs, they want to be outside, man. They like playing outside.
Look, we avoided the slander last week, Kev. Let's avoid it again this week.
I ain't saying they can't never come inside. I'm just saying, give them a little extended play, a little EP.
Yeah, look. I will say though, I did bump into somebody this weekend who has a dog, and we were just talking about just dogs, and sometimes the etiquette of some people with their dogs, they let them kiss them in the mouth and get on the bed and stuff like that. We don't really do that in our home either. But he was saying that he's like, man, my dog stays outside 50% of the year, and I was like, wow, so you keep him outside most of the year? He's like, it's a dog, and I was like, I haven't really ran it since.
That's a fact. Yeah.
It's been a while since I bumped into somebody that had that sentiment. Like back in the day, that was the thing. A dog being in the house was abnormal.
That was wild.
Yeah. Whereas, I take, because your dog, Pete, shout out to Pete the dog, R.I.P. It was Pete, right? What's his name?
No, that's Chris.
Chris the dog.
Yeah.
I don't believe Chris ever was outside.
Nah, only use the restroom. But it's because he was little though, man. You got big dogs. Big dogs need space to move. Big dogs need space to move around.
But my dogs are like big little dogs. Like they're big in the sense of they are like big in stature, but they're like cuddly teddy bears, man. They're not to be outside.
Them being outside got nothing to do with how friendly they are. It's literally just so that way they got some room to move around and play. They can't play the way that you would allow in your house. You know what I'm saying? Now they jumping on stuff, tearing stuff up.
No, they don't do that. That's a fact. That comes with training.
Now they trained up now, but I'm saying when they was pups, that's what they want to do. So yeah, if they outside, they can do it. Live your life, live your best life out there.
No, they still do that. Like still, if they get rambunctious because they do play each other, and little Nadir is home with his dogs. So now we got 3. The pack is all here, and now they're all outside, and they're cool. They'll go out there and lay in the grass, play around, do their business, and play around. But we will kick them out. Like if they get too in the house, or they moving around too much, I hear any movement, like any type of bass coming from their areas, outside. We're going, and they'll go outside and play. So, but yeah. shout out to the overcast. Do you think you'll ever get a dog?
Man, I don't really know, bro. First, we're out and about a lot, so that's the reason we don't have a dog now. Is because we be outside so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Dogs cool. They're all right.
I always wondered about that because I know you've never. Well, I know y'all allergies be kicking your tails too, so maybe
that's why we also can't have dogs that need to be outside a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I think about it because that's probably what triggered y'all's allergies when y'all came over last time was because they were outside. Because our dogs are hyperallergenic. They're like, you know what I mean? So they probably were outside bringing those germs. And so I take it back. So now you might not be good for a dog, man. You not.
Yeah. It had to just be a small dog, like a small inside dog. We'd be all right. Because Chris didn't mess with our allergies. He was cool.
Oh, because he never was outside. So like a lap dog type of thing.
Yeah, I would definitely get a Shih Tzu. If I got another dog, it'd definitely be a Shih Tzu, man. They're the most chill dogs of all time.
Their personalities are such. They almost don't want you to mess with them, but they're cool dogs when they want you to when they want to mess with you. You know. So I can see it. I can see it. All right, what else is going on, bro?
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I can't call it playoffs rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Great Rap War seems like it's come to a conclusion.
Oh, that's
yeah,
over.
It's
That's
good
over.
time. Summertime kids home, huh?
Bro. So like, I love my boy. I love him. You know, when the horde comes home and it's like, the wife, she ends up loving it more than me, and I love my babies being home. Don't get me wrong. So little Nadir came home from school, second year of school. I'm proud of the boy, but when he comes in, you have to realize that the living that he does is different than the living that usually goes on when he's away from the house. And then when they come home, they have the freedoms of being on their own for so long. So when they come home, they got to adhere to mom and dad's rules. We don't really have many rules for when the kids come home, other than
but still,
yeah. So like, you know, when we doing his laundry, you know, because mom gets right into it. She does his laundry. It's me. I'm like, man, the kids do what they need to do, but we got to within reason, I should say, because we still have the things in our home that we're just used to. So, you know, we're just going to cleaning up his room. And I always have to remember that, you know, being semi-adults into the world, when you go into their room to clean up, you never know what you're going to bump into. You never know what you're going to find in there. And he doesn't, to his credit, he doesn't have much in there other than his game and stuff like that, his clothes. But like his laundry, we're like, okay, we got to wash it twice now because he's, you know, of the world. You know, he comes home with things that he has, you know, likes to partake in. And I'm like, man, I need some snacks. You know what I'm saying? After I wash his laundry.
Hey, man, like he grown living his life. You know?
Exactly.
Semi-grown. You know, you ain't
semi-grown.
Grown yet, boy.
Yeah, right.
You gotta start taking care of real responsibilities before you get to be grown.
Yeah. Other thing I love about all my kids is I've tried to create an environment that they can be honest with mom and dad and tell us what's going on, because you never know what these kids are going through mentally. And that one thing I definitely don't ever try to do is deal with an iron fist. Oh, it's my rule or anything. I'm up for negotiation. Let's talk about it, like how you're feeling. And Nadir's very good at that. He's always been that child. But when he does do that, we bump into conversations where I'm like, all right, now I got to kind of school you a little bit because you're moving. That's not the way.
Got to reel you in.
Got to reel you in. You know what I mean? So now his dog is here, which is like his child. And he's doing a great job. We went for a walk yesterday, and we took him out to the football field. Actually, we were on the track, and it's gated in, so we let the dogs just run around, and they lost their minds. You know, they lost their minds and got tired. And he's doing a great job with the dog though. But the pack is all here, bro. You know, pray for me.
Yeah, man. Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Man, how many more summers do you think he coming home?
I think this might be it.
Longer.
No, I think this might be the last summer because this school year he actually got an apartment. So he's probably going to spend, because that apartment's for a year, so he's probably going to spend most of his off season next summer at home, probably working or just enjoying his apartment, you know. But I will say with him, he's good about coming home to at least just pop in
to visit.
Show. Yeah, to visit. Like, sometimes you got to pop out and show. So he'll come in and he'll come in and say what's up, and it's undermining because I know he'll leave out with stuff. I'm at the point where I'm patting my kids down when they leave my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kennedy comes by.
Let them get them supplies, brother. Let them get that. They need that toilet paper, man. Paper towels. Cleaning supplies, sponges.
Heck no. I'm not with it, because just tell dad what you need, and I'll go take you to get it. Because when you take my stuff, then I go to thinking that it's there, and it's not there, then I'm going to be annoyed because now I got to run to the store and go get it. You know what I'm saying?
But see, you know what you're looking for. See, my man doesn't know he needed that stuff until he seen it. You know, how's he like, you know what, dang, I don't have one of these. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got 4. Yeah. I'm gonna just take 2. Y'all got the other 2. Boom, boom. You know, we good. You know what I mean? Right. A little pack of toilet paper, man. You bought the big bundle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Stuff. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna take these 9 rolls. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Now you gotta respect the game, player.
No. You know, when I was younger, I go to my mom and dad's house. We called it shopping. We would go, and my mom kept a real good pantry of stuff, and I think she got tickled by the fact that we would take stuff and then she would replace it. She know her kids still needed her, and as you know, parenting never stops. You're always gonna need them. I'm not that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Nadine. Like, don't take my stuff. Like, I'm gonna want to text you or call you, FaceTime you while you're out with your friends. Hey, bro, bring my toilet paper back home. All of it.
Bring you gotta charge that to the game, man. Like, how is he gonna learn? You know, like, listen, life don't really start hitting you until like. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you actually responsible for those things now. It's like, all right, ain't no more shopping at mom and dad house, none of that. You know what I mean? Like, I never forget when I got my first apartment, like the sticker shock that we got when we realized like we needed to buy washcloths. It was like the first night, like everybody just posted up. We like, wait a second, bro, ain't no washcloths in here. Like, so we had to make a quick move to Walmart, man. Bought a little cheap Probably $5 pack. Them bad boys did not last.
I was about to say the $5.
They got us through the night.
Well, okay, they probably got you through the night. That's stuff that I realize hit different when you get older. Is like stuff that we didn't think mattered. Like washcloth. A good washcloth is clutch. You know, a good washcloth.
I ain't started buying good washcloths till I got married, brother.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely not. I didn't get good sheets until I got married. I didn't know like thread counts and sheets. Like, man, who cares about this? And when me and Sharita got married,
Walmart.
Bro, exactly. I'm like, what's a sheet? It goes in your bed. When we got married, we got a good set actually for our wedding as a wedding gift. And I'm like, what is this? Now, mind you, when we start traveling too, we start getting like different thread counts and sheets. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I see what hits differently. Whereas like when I was a bachelor or at home by myself, bro, I had like the sheets was like it might as well have been like a saran wrap. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It just went on there as a throw thing, because it was, you know, I know that's what I needed to have on my bed. But it was like, bro, it wasn't keeping nothing warm. Whereas now, yeah, bro, like the thread count on the sheets, toilet paper, the different types of toilet paper, whatever ply of toilet paper, and what was the other one we said? Oh, and I forget, we was just talking about it with
toothpaste, toothbrushes, bro. Yeah. You got to replace your toothbrush. What?
Yeah.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Them ain't the things that they tell you about, you know what I mean? Like, you just pop out. But especially, like, 'cause I had roommates, so it was like, man, we was all trying to figure it out at the same time. I remember when we moved, you know what I'm saying? One of my roommates was like, hey, okay, man, how do we pay bills? I'm like, what you mean? He like, bro, like, do we mail them a check? Like, what do we do? Like, how do we know when they want their money? It's like,
yeah,
I don't know, bro. Like, we're gonna find out, man. I guess we call them, we figure it out. But you know what I mean? Like, hey, it's life, man. Ooh, man, it's so fun getting to see the kids now. They are getting ready or preparing to go into that phase of their life, and it's like now you get to look at them like, now it ain't easy, is it?
Right, it ain't easy. Right.
You thought it was just all peaches and cream, didn't you, boy? It ain't that, is it? Yeah,
right, right. It is funny because I like the fact they'll ask questions, because you know my kids, they'll hit you up. Okay, like what do I do about this? And you'll ask me, we'll laugh about it, but it's like, hey, bro, it takes a village. This is what they say when it means when it takes a village, because sometimes I give them the answers. It's differently coming from me versus coming from Uncle Kev. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, it's a bit different.
It gotta be like that though, man. But it is fun. It's fun getting to watch them enter that phase of life now. So
yeah, for sure.
I gotta pop out on y'all. I was just thinking that, like, man, I ain't seen the littles in a while. I'm like, I ain't seen them since Easter. Yeah, I gotta pop out on them. Yeah,
we do. Because we'll see y'all next weekend. So shout out to y'all. Yep. We're actually we're having an adult event come up. You know, another celebration of life. So it was when the wife put it on the calendar. I'm like, man, I got happy. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that we all get to see, but time, bro, it just goes by so daggone quick, man. Like Easter seemed like it was just yesterday, but you know, since then the kids have graduated from kindergarten, or not kindergarten. I'm sorry, 5th grade. Khalees is now going to 6th grade. The twins, which I never understand too. So the twins are going to the 4th grade. The thing that when I sent you that video, right, what made it funny to me was the fact that in their mind they're never going to see their friends again. Like, you guys are on summer break. Like, enjoy the break. You guys can see each other again. Like, you're going to see each other in less than a couple months. Whereas Khalees, she's going to 6th grade now. That's going to be a big step for her, you know, as far as switching classes and everything. But the twins were
in the same school as the twins.
Exactly. That was the biggest thing I didn't get. I didn't understand that. Dante was cool. Danica was like, I'm not going to see Khalees no more. I'm like, all right, you know, it's going to be okay. For a couple years, and you guys will be back together for high school. But, you know, Dan was she was sad. She was so sad, man. Like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to see Khalees no more. Like, first of all, you guys are separated.
Wait a second, the twins going to 4th, right?
Nah, they're going to 3rd.
3rd, okay. Yeah. All right, so they'll miss all the middle school together. Okay.
Yeah, they'll miss all the middle school together, and they'll get to see each other again for
freshman
high school,
and senior year high school.
Freshman and senior year high school. So, I guess it didn't hit it hit a little differently once I said it out loud, because she was emotional about it. And the 5th grade clap out, bro. The little girls in the class, like the boys was cool. The little girls, they were distraught.
The boys be ready to turn up for the summertime, but you know, it's still killing me. Do they not realize that their friends live right there in the neighborhood?
I think
like they live 2 streets back. Like,
exactly,
you could just ride your bike down there.
You could just see them. They want to do these, and that's the thing that's cute about it is, like, nowadays these kids, and they'll come up with these plans that they need their parents to be incorporated into, and like they bring the parents in later. Like, oh, we're gonna go to Sharon Woods. Okay, how are you gonna get there? Oh. Well, okay. Well, now you have to realize, can such and such's mom take them at the same time that you can go? Because now we gotta coordinate that, and it's just a funny stage for them, bro.
Yeah. Listen, man. You know, hey, them the breaks. Even though, man, like, listen, I'm gonna go old head, man. These kids don't know how good they got it. Like now, first of all, we did coordinate plans with our friends, and guess what? We didn't need our parents.
No,
to coordinate
you didn't.
Plans.
No,
yeah, because listen, we was outside, we was moving around. Well, you couldn't tell me my best friend lived 2 streets away. Yeah, and I ain't gonna know that.
Summer never stopped. You know what I'm saying? That's how you would know which house was lit or what was going on, because you see the bikes parked outside. The thing about it is, dude, all the tools are there, and that's what they kind of realize is like sometimes the difference in how we were raised versus now is like these kids have more parks, they have better parks, they have better amenities at the parks that they can actually take advantage of, but because they're not outside, because they live on the internet, a lot of times they don't really get a chance to experience these things. Because like you said, the bike, you can ride your bike. There's bike trails literally from our home to your friends' neighborhoods. If you wanted to hook up with one another, you can ride your bike. You can go. And I think some of it too, like I wouldn't have a problem with my kids going outside, even if they want to meet at the school or something. But like as a parent, it's a little bit different because we've experienced too much and seen too much. So it's like, okay, I'll go with you or something. How is that possible,
bro? Because like, listen, well, how are we built so different? Because it's like, yo, listen, now you can track your kids, man. You can call, you can get in contact with these kids anytime you want. You can ping they watch, they phone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Tracking their location, man. You know what I'm saying? You just break through, man. Matter of fact, I don't even think they get the opportunity to answer no more. You could literally just break through their phone and just hear what's going on. Back in our day, I was outside. No, you had, if you wanted to find me, you better get to searching. You better get to searching good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, to answer your question, I'm gonna tell you the reason why you said was the difference. I think we were the test kids, man. I really do. Like, I mean, a lot of this,
fine.
It was. No, we say it's fine, but imagine all the freedom we had. Like having a bike when we were younger was like having a car. Yeah. Legitimately, we were everywhere on our bikes, right? Yeah. To the point when a bike broke down, it was almost like you lost a friend. You know what I'm saying? I remember one summer, one of my friends, his bike broke down. His mom and dad wasn't buying him a new bike. So you know what we did? We got one of my sister's bikes, the banana seat boy. And he trekked that for the whole summer. And he rode that bike into the ground. Because having a bike was like we had to get around and we couldn't leave a homie behind. And we definitely wasn't putting you on the back of our bike. So you can get on the handlebars. You can ride on the handlebars. But once we got to a certain age, before it was like that good preteen age where it's like we're a little too big to be doubling up on a bike. Because you might have had a bike when you were like, the bike was like literally, it wasn't really an adult bike. You might have had a juvenile bike that you just had to adapt to. You know what I'm saying? You
just had to make it happen, yeah.
You had to make it happen. Or you had the homie, because I had a BMX. So I had the pegs on the back. So like you get the pegs on the back. So we was cool. We was okay. But I was doubling up. Somebody be on the back of my bike, pause. And then we'd have, you know, like I said, one of my friends, I remember, man, we would have him ride my sister's bike. He rode that bike. Well, no, it was my homeboy's sister's bike. And he rode that bike into the ground, you know, just because. But kids these days,
that's what it takes to be outside, man. But like the kid, like that's what I'm saying. Like now we got the technology, so that way you could know your kids is okay all the time, and we still don't trust it. Like that's crazy. That's matter of fact, the technology be worse than what's outside.
Facts. Because, but I think the technology has put a fear in all of our heads that where it's like, okay, what if this happens? And I think a lot of people navigate that way.
It could have happened then. They told us back then.
But once again, I agree with you, but once again, we were the test kids, man. We were the test kids.
I ain't buying that, man. Like I'm telling you, and it was better that way. Like, bro, I can vividly remember, going to the store with the homies, man. You might hit up the little corner store, man. Maybe hit Dairy Queen, McDonald's with your people. You know what I'm saying? You was outside. Only thing we had was a watch. So in my house, my folks would be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I go out at 10 o'clock. All right, listen, make sure you come home, check in by at least 2. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So then you pop back in. Hey, I'm still alive, baby. You know what I'm saying? What's my next check-in time? All right, make sure you back here by 5:36. All right, bet. I got 4 more hours. You know what I'm saying? It was like I put another quarter in the machine.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. See, at least you had to watch your parents. I don't think my mom and dad ever did that. You know what? I had the sun. Like the sun was my sundown. Like as long as you're in before the street lights, good to go. You know what I'm saying?
This must have been a deterioration because it's like every couple hours I had to come back home and check in or whatever. But it's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's really crazy is that like in my neighborhood, bro. So like by the pool, there's a huge field with this big walking path or whatever, like just big area. There are never any kids over there.
I don't understand that. I really don't. Imagine if we had that when we were younger. And I know we sound real super washed right now. And the reason why I imagine if we have it, because imagine the things we could have done. You know where that field was in my neighborhood was my backyard. We played everything. We played wiffle ball. We played baseball. We played football. I mean, an open field back then. I remember when the middle school finally got the grass fixed. We played football up there, and that was like a big deal to us. Man, we sound so washed right now, but this is the reality of it.
These be the facts.
These be the facts. And like a basketball court, and don't let the basketball court have like a bent rim or something where it's low enough for us to dunk. Oh, you're not gonna see us for forever. You know?
Yeah. But like, it's astonishing to me. I'm like, yo, it's 2 streets up, man, and like there is a little group of kids that they hoop in the streets. So I'll be happy to see that. But like most of the folks, man, like these kids, they only allowed to play in their backyard. And if their friend's backyard is close enough that, you know what I'm saying, you can still see their backyard from your house, maybe they can go over there. But that's about it. Yeah. Well, I'm like, bro, let these kids go up there. Like, I mean, it's a huge field. I'm like, man, how many football, soccer games, all the lit. Yeah, all the lit. And I mean, you got room to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them kids, they ain't kicking the ball that far. See, that's the only thing I ever see over there is other adults walking. That's the only thing I ever see over there.
I tell you too, that's the thing where like for my homeboy Speedy, shout out to Speedy, for his wedding anniversary, his wedding anniversary, they had a kickball game. And it brought back so many feelings. And mind you, we had about 30 injuries because everybody was 40 plus. And it was like so many injuries. And like, you know, kickball is in the air. You don't know how to judge it. And they might have been a little bit inebriated on some things. But like, bro, it humbled folks really quick. Because some people were trying to tap back into like them old memories of back in the day. And it was like, bro, your body moved different. You know what I'm saying? Them hips don't move the same, you know?
Yeah, so, you hurt.
Yeah, definitely. So we gotta. I think I'll definitely want to do that. Bring back some kickball games. Maybe we gotta bring it.
We
back,
could do it over here. I was saying like we could 1,000% do it over here.
Shoot, we'll see what next weekend. See what she want. What Toy want to do for her birthday.
I don't say the girls probably don't want to do it, but we could plan one out.
I'll bring the stuff.
A nice little kickball game.
Yeah. I think that'd be hilarious, bro. That would be super fun if we did it. But depending on the weather, we'll see how it go. Well, shoot, man. Let's start what we always do. What we've been playing. What you been playing, bro?
Oh man, only thing I played is 2K, man.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I mean it was in the PlayStation. I fired it up. That's about it. Okay. I ain't been playing no games. Like I thought summertime kicking off was gonna be more relaxation. No, wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's always something to do, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Cut that grass yesterday. I knew that rain was coming.
I saw the sun. Like nowadays, timing the grass cutting before the rain is like literally my icing on the cake. When I do that and I'm like, all right, it's raining after I've already cut, I feel like I've achieved my side quests as a dad, you know what I'm saying, and husband for the week. Because these side quests have been kicking my tail. Like I'll wake up and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and do this today. Sheree will be like, no, we're gonna do this. I'm like, okay, cool, babe, we're gonna do that. And then I'll get to what I'm doing. No, I'm tired now. Now I don't want to do it. As far as gaming wise though, I have been gaming a lot. And two games I've been playing a lot. One has been Mario the 1,000-Yard Door that came out for the Switch. We're playing that like crazy. Super fun game. It's actually a remake from the GameCube Super Mario, Paper Mario. And I remember I've been talking about before about the Paper Mario games. I've been championing them, and I know you don't really rock with them like that, but they're just a funny hitter just to play. Been playing that. I'm about halfway through that one. Super fun, good game. I can get it to you. The means, I can actually give that to you. And then also with the means as well, is I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima on the PC. And,
there you go. Fire.
That game, oh my gosh, I forget. Like I never finished it on the PlayStation, and like it's first world problems, I know. But making it downstairs to my man cave has been like the kids are down there, and I don't feel like going down there half the time. Playing it on my gaming rig, it hits a little differently. So I'm actually about a quarter of the way through, and I will say though, the first time I played it on medium. I'm like, I'm gonna play the game. I'm good. Listen, and I say it's any gamers out there, humble yourself. Put the game on easy and just play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, oh my God, for me, I'm having such a great time. Just knowing the story is so good, and also knowing I don't have the anime sweat beads come down my forehead. I might die. I don't have the resources. No, with on easy, it just goes through the story, man. And I still feel like I did, and I feel good about myself too. You know,
as you should.
I feel great.
You enjoy yourself.
Yes, I am. So which sparks another conversation we'll have off pod, but about the means. But Ghost of Tsushima on PC, phenomenal game. And I like the fact that PlayStation and Microsoft are actually bringing a lot of their games to PC still. It gives me ways of playing it, as they should. You're right. They should give it to the masses. But I've canceled Xbox Live. I'm not going back to that ever again. I don't see the value in it, and I feel like once again, as a husband, I've achieved my achievements unlocked, man.
Hey, there you go, man. Yeah, that's all you need, man. You know what I mean? Holding it down, getting rid of some of those subscriptions, man. I'll tell you what, that's one thing I am noticing, man. These subscriptions getting out of hand.
They are. They are.
Yeah, they getting out of pocket.
These subscriptions, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's gonna be a hot take for the pod. These tipping has got to stop.
1,000%. Listen, unless I sit down and you serve me my meal, no tip.
Yeah.
Unless you deliver it. If you deliver it, I'll pay.
Delivering, I'll pay because that's a service. I get that.
Yeah.
What makes me say that though? I went to a coffee shop the other day, and I go to the coffee shop and I get my coffee, and the guy spins. I hate this whole thing. He spins the thing around, and I use the tap to pay and it says then you pay, and it says okay tip. I'm like, all right, what am I tipping for? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm right in his face.
Like the first thing I'm looking at, I'm like, okay, which one of these says no tip? There we go.
Well, what makes it tough is like I feel like the meme of Diddy. Well, I can't use Diddy no more. Well, of Diddy and the guy, we're at the show and they're staring at each other back and forth because he spins it around. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him. And a lot of times I give him $1 or so, but I'm off.
I be looking them dead in their face like no tip, brother. You know what's going on in here, brother. Like, come on. Yeah. Matter of fact, you wrong for even asking.
Exactly. Or if I go to pick some food up or something, like I go to like I've done the duty. Like I'm coming to pick the food up. Why would I tip?
I paid for the food and I can't pick it up. What's the tip?
So I'm paying you because
for?
I'm tipping you because you prepared it. That's your job, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't get it, but yeah, the tipping.
I'm gonna start asking for a discount for coming to pick it up. Like, yo, I work here too. What's up?
Right. I've done the job. All right, man. So listen, I wanted to ask you as well. What have you been watching? What shows have you guys been watching lately? Yeah.
Man, we started watching The Bear.
I heard very good things. Now, mind you, we started the first episode, and we were like, we're going to get back to it. I forget what else came out, but I hear super great things about The Bear. Tell me about it.
We're like 5 episodes in, and I mean it's cool. It's cool, but I don't know what it seems like right now they are heavy on kind of character development, so that way we kind of have an understanding of who the characters are, but I don't know what the plot of the story is yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's key. So that's key.
But it's been cool. It's been an enjoyable watch. And then we watch Abbott. That's like our catch-up shows. Okay. We watch Abbott a lot.
Abbott Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the principal in Abbott Elementary, I'm convinced, is my sister. They based that off my middle sister. She acts exactly like her. Like I crack up.
She's hilarious.
Oh, she's hilarious, and that's my middle sister is her to the letter. Pop's mom. We've been watching. Oh, anything else or just those two?
Those are the only 2 consistent shows.
Okay,
yeah.
So we've actually, we're on the final season. We plowed through Game of Thrones again, and it's amazing how much we missed the first time we watched it. And the reason why, to our defense, when we did watch it the first time, Shrita was pregnant with Khalees, so she was asleep a lot of times. Or then I would dive down a rabbit hole, or me and you would talk about things, and I'd be wondering, just the YouTube University you're going through, and you're like, oh man, is this true? Is that true? The theories and stuff like that. And it's been so much that we've caught up on that we were watching from Game of Thrones. I'm like, man, there were some key things that happened in the show where these families really took a detour and like, okay, this person blew it, and we've been having a great time watching it. So we're on the final season now. It doesn't hit as bad with the writer's strike that happened, because I remember in real time we watched it, we got to that last season, like, man, what are they doing here? Like, what's going on? So it's not as rushing. They were rushing. They definitely were rushing. And like the final season, like to me the biggest glaring thing was like how Daenerys became like almost like the Mad King. Because I'm like, why did she? But that was rushing. That definitely was the story.
And she just snapped because she wanted Jon Snow. And I think. Hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? He gave it to her and then he took it away, man.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Caused it a. You know what I'm saying? Caused it a snap. I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been watching. We're watching that. I fell asleep on part of it last night. It's actually on the Plex server. You need to check out. Is that daggone South Park Ozempic special that came out? Bro. Like the little parts I saw, I was belly laughing at how funny it was. This Ozempic is going nuts in the community right now. But I was watching that too, so I definitely check that out. But that's it, really. Nothing else really that we've been watching other than just some YouTube stuff. Been watching a ton of YouTube. Catch up on academics. He's hilarious. He's spiraling right now too. Because his man's lost the war. We'll get to that later. All right, man. So Mavs, the Mavericks, they went up 3-0. They won last night. You asked me a question. You said, who's the fault for that loss last night? I'll be honest with you, bro. I didn't realize the Mavs matched up with Minnesota as well as they did.
I kind of suspected that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was no answer for Luka. That was really the problem. So it's like once AE said that he was guarding Kyrie, which I was like, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, all right, then who's gonna guard Luka? Because that's gonna be a real problem.
I don't
like
think
Mike
people
Conley,
realize that. I don't think people realize how much of a problem he is. Like last night, even watching some of it, we got home kind of late, and I watched the final quarter. They had. It's almost like you have to double him. I don't understand why you wasn't rolling a double team at him, but I think because they look at him being just a big guard, maybe they didn't want to roll a double towards him, but they were hunting Rudy Gobert. It was like whoever was doing the pick and roll and it was Rudy on him, okay, we're taking him. I don't care who's on him. It could have been me.
Yeah, if you get Rudy out of the paint, he's ineffective. Like man, you neutralize Rudy if you get out of the paint.
He looks so goofy, man. And like I was rooting for them cats, man. But I think it's over. I think they may or may not get a win. I don't know. They might get swept, man.
They might. And you know what the real problem is it's like, man, those games be close to the wire, and then you just keep losing at the wire. It's like, that tell me, man, like that's a bad omen to have. Now, if you just got blew out, it's all right, man. Game just got away from you. But it's like, man, that means you're giving it your all, and then you're still coming up short. And it's tough, man. So what do you? Listen, we got to be honest, man. AE has not been good this series.
Well, no, he hasn't. And like I think, he's
not been good the past couple games. Period.
No,
even going into the last series,
they were saying there's a meme going around saying that he is Jordan, and they said no, Jordan Poole, and that's what
they said he was Dylan Brooks. They started averaging out.
I'm not gonna let him slander my man like that, man. I'm not gonna roll with the AE slander like that. He's been bad. I think part of it is his being tired. They were saying, oh, he's tired. No, he's too young to be
from
tired.
Chasing Kyrie.
He's chasing Kyrie around. He may be a little gassed in that sense towards the end of the game. They got to make some adjustments, man. And I don't know. It might be too late for these adjustments. And Jason Kidd is doing a heck of a job coaching too.
Yeah, you know what? The Mavs are just not a great matchup for him or whatever. It's like you can't get away with the stuff that you've been getting away with all year. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, we're a high energy team. We take a lot of risks or whatever. And then we play to our strengths or whatever. But it's like, nah, ain't really going to work, man.
It seems like they turn into a lot of ISO ball. Whereas like before in the series before, I don't know what his problem is. Before the series before, Anthony Edwards was a lot of like just creating for other players and they would hit shots. Luka's kind of doing that too. And it's not like they did reverse ways of doing things, because that was my gripe with Luka. He was too ball dominant. Now he's finding the open man and guys are knocking the shots down. And he's believing in Kyrie too. So
you got no choice, man. You seen Kyrie this playoffs? That boy going crazy. Ramadan Kyrie.
Ramadan Kyrie with the Air Moccasins on. You know what I'm saying?
I like those. I might need them.
You're not gonna get those.
You know what I'm saying? Cheap hella. You know what I mean? I might need those.
Then he comes to the podium with the earring with the feather on it. I'm like, Kyrie is really his bag right now. But nobody can say anything. Because he's balling. He's hooping. Like I said before, I've said in the previous podcast, I love seeing Kyrie in the leadership role. I think that was the one thing he couldn't really master, because I think he tried with the Celtics. They may try to hear that. Right. So now it's setting up this good alley-oop for the Celtics versus the Mavericks, and I might buy a Mavericks jersey. The basketball guys won't let me win one. They won't. I'm curious. I am convinced that once this does happen, they're in the finals, they're going to let the Celtics win, and I'm not going to like it one bit, you know.
Yeah, the Celtics match up a little bit better, but I don't know, man. Dallas seemed like they got it all going. I'm gonna tell you who really surprised me is the bigs for Dallas.
Yes,
like, I didn't know that those guys was hooping like that. Like,
well, we didn't know who they were.
Them dudes, exactly. But them dudes, they showed up. So I was like, man, they neutralized everything.
I think the thing about them showing up is one thing, but the fact that Luka is setting them up. Like when Luka threw the oop last night, my man, the passion my guy had. I'm like, how could you not root for this? So I'm rooting for them. I can't have a series. I don't want Jason Tatum to win a championship. And I don't really understand why I don't like Jason Tatum. Because I like Shannon Brown or Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
I don't like Jason Tatum. And I don't know if because he went to Duke. I don't think it's just that. Something about his face. I don't know. I just don't want to see him win one, man.
That curly hair, man.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it's
like it.
I don't know what it is, Kev. I just don't want Boston to win it. Maybe it might be a Bill Simmons thing. I just don't want Boston to win a championship. But we're getting that. It's the collision is happening. You know, Dallas is going to be Dallas and Boston, because Boston got a cakewalk, man. I mean, do we think Indiana was really going to give them, you know, any type of really good push?
How did Indiana drop that?
I don't know.
Like, man, how did they just drop that game? It's like they just remembered. They was like, oh, you know what, we wasn't supposed to win.
Yeah, they remembered they were in Indiana. Like, oh, we remember we are the Indiana Pacers, and once they woke up and remember who they were, they turned into that. Like I don't even watch the games, bro. I don't even watch the games. Like unless it's Dallas and the Wolves playing, I would watch their games. When like I feel like it's a night off when Indiana and Boston play. I'm not even watching. I haven't watched 1 second of those games.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I feel you, man. Like it's tough. I watch them because it's NBA. I know we're about to enter that lull where there's no sports. Other than baseball, which I ain't watching that. Even though I'm gonna tell you what, I'm going to the Clippers game. I'm definitely going to.
The Clippers have a great stadium, man. We got to go. I
remember
we talked about it before because you had an outing with the family that one year. So we definitely
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to do it, bro. Because I forget we have a great stadium down there, and like I'll go like once every couple years, and I'm like, man, this is really nice. We should do this more. And then like another couple years will pass. Like, oh, this is nice. We should do this more. And then I forget, Yeah. Go down there and get to some bad meat, Pauls, because Diamond Dog, I'm pretty sure that's kangaroo meat. I don't know what it is, but we eat it. It goes down,
it's
you know what I mean?
Man, you be all right. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So we definitely got to do that. I don't think anything else is really going on sports-wise. OTAs is happening in football. I'm just praying for no injuries to happen to anybody's team. At least my Eagles.
We got about y'all. No, listen, I'm gonna say, Saints ain't done. They ain't done that.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? We've been out here just cooling. I don't know what the game plan is for next year.
I don't know. To tank? I don't know.
No, because it's like, man, we got great skill players or whatever, but it's like we still got Derek Carr. I don't know why we're doing that.
Yeah.
Got rid of Jameis. Jameis was clearly the glue.
Yeah, exactly. Jameis is a national treasure. Protect that man at all costs. Every time I see him, it was like a random thing. Like I was watching it was like a highlight, and it was like a golf highlight. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go get some coffee or something during Sports Center. But they were like random sighting, and they pan over, and it's Jameis Winston in the stage just rooting for somebody.
Great. Yeah, just being great. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I go, man. But now, we got to talk about in this basketball, man.
What's that?
Where is Bronny James going?
Nepotism is going to take over for Bronny. I'm going to say that. Nepotism is going to get him into the league. I'm not necessarily sure. I think they're looking at the upside. I think he might be. I'd have to talk to other people that really watch basketball deeper, like analytics wise. But like, do we give other players that grace that we're giving Bronny James in the sense that we're looking at his upside? Because usually, okay, right, that's what I'm saying. So I think that whatever team takes a chance on him, for 2 reasons: one, they looking at the upside, and 2, looking at potential that you might get his dad. You know what I mean? For the last couple of years.
Almost pretty much guaranteed that you'll get his dad as well.
Yeah.
Listen, they said Phoenix going to give him a workout. I was like, yeah, go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Now,
yeah, Bron, KD, Devin Booker, Bronny, whoever wants to play center, Wemby. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. No, Wemby's not going to
Bobo.
Yeah. I think Shaq set him up for failure when he said that he was basically Wemby.
You got LeBron and KD. It don't matter. Like
that is very true.
He is Wemby now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is very true. And we can just get rid of the glaring disparities of Devin Booker and his shortcomings that he's been having the last couple of years. Because it's not going to matter if they get Bron and Bronny.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's all good. Like, all right, but brother, you know what I'm saying? Now you just another 2 guard, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Sit out on the wing, man. Make something happen if the ball sees you. But otherwise, just watch us work.
Right.
I want it. I want to see this.
And we forgot about Bradley Beal. You didn't even say his name.
Oh, I forgot he played for that team. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, listen, if Bronny comes and Bron comes, somebody got to go.
Sorry,
Bill.
To the bench,
Bill,
man.
Can trade to the Lakers. You can go to the Lakers, man. It'd be fun.
I think Bron's a free agent now. He can go there for nothing.
He can still do a sign and trade though to make the money make sense for Beal to get off the books.
That is true. Yeah, send Beal over there. Because I don't think the Lakers are going to win anything no time soon. So KD, I would love to see KD and Brown on the same team, man. That would be pretty fun.
Why not? They're at that point in their careers where it's like, yeah, do it. Why not? Matter of fact, let's all go to Golden State. Clay probably gonna be out of there. Either there or he take vet minimum. Dre already got paid, so I mean whatever. Maybe KD and Bron take a little less. Bronny gets a rookie contract.
Only thing I would say,
he gets to learn from Steph.
That is very true. But if they do that, they got to get Dre Goon out of there. Dre Goon has the ability to break all this up. He respects LeBron, but he literally is the one that can. He's like I equate him to the dad on Talladega Nights. He literally shows up, everything is going well, and he literally just throws a conniption and goes just because. You know, and I think Dre Goon is gonna do that. He'd be the one.
Yeah. No, I'm saying he won't mess up that team, man. Because like Dre knows that, like, he getting older, so now Dre can just let the hands fly. You know what I'm saying? It's like he ain't gotta like try to stay in the game no more. What do we need you to stay in the game for, man? We got LeBron and KD. Like, what we need you to do is jaw whoever is talking that yang. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying spin his jaw one time for his Dragoon. Who cares you get 10 game suspension? It don't matter. We didn't need you anyway.
Let the hands fly. It's hilarious, man.
Yeah, it's the facts. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he can go full UFC on him out there, Dragoon. I'm talking about a figure for a leg lock.
Hey, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
As long as if he would just do all the goon antics, then that would be cool. As long as it's not on his own team. You know what I mean?
And Doc might have been wrong, bro. Dragoon might be the biggest hater.
Yeah, for sure.
He was in the stands loving the Rudy Gobert getting cooked. He ain't had nothing to do with it. He just loved it. He was like, that's what I like to see.
The thing about that though is like, if only way you can prove Dragoon wrong is by just winning. You know what I'm saying? And like the fact that Grudy is out there getting cooked. The biggest thing that Dragoon said, he was talking about was it Anthony Edwards? It was somebody he was saying that wasn't doing well, and it was he was actually spitting some facts. I forget the name, so I'm not gonna fact check. I'll forget. But having him in this role that he has right now, they should have known he was gonna be a hater role. You know what I mean? Just because he's not playing, he's gonna. And they got to go out on a high right now with the NBA on TNT not coming back, which is I don't understand that. I don't understand how this is their last season. I mean, it's contracts, but like that's the one reason why a lot of us watch basketball sometimes. Like hearing Chuck and Shaq going back and forth, and then Kenny with them bad legs. Like that was some of the reason why we watch it. And Ernie keeping it all together because Ernie's a good dude.
Hey, listen, they can go to NBC. It's fine.
They like shoot. What they should do is
have
have their own thing.
They said that Inside the NBA is going to go under Charles Barkley's production company.
I saw that.
Yeah, they can just license it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that'd be dope. Because I think that's
NBC.
That's one thing that Shannon Sharp is doing with Ocho Cinco that I like is that they got their own platform. Just jump on YouTube. People watching it, you get paid. You know, I think that would be a good thing. I think they were just upset about the TNT thing, but somebody has to fill the basketball void. You know what I mean? And I think that them having it is something that I should do. But I don't know. Back to your original statement though about where Bronny should go. I think any team looking at strategically can say, okay, if we get Bronny, we're also gonna get LeBron. Phoenix, I would love to see him there. I don't know if the money would work. Like you said, a sign and trade, get Bradley Beal out there. Even Devin Booker out there. He likes LA. He wants to get back to LA. Trade him.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whatever.
Trade him. All right, man. So we gotta talk about this Apple Music list before we get to the final. You know what? Before we get to Apple list, we gotta talk about your boy real quick. We gotta talk about the
K-Dot?
boy. No,
okay.
The boy, because he's. I haven't seen the man. I haven't seen him yet. What is this song? I thought it was witty that he jumped on the BBL Drizzy beat. Let me say that. Let me start with love. I think that they should have had him just rap over it and just him having the song himself. And just in a way, if he did that, it would have showed me he's not taking it too serious as far as the jokes and he was okay with it. That would have made me feel better. The rest of this song has been exactly what I've been saying about Sexy Red for a very long time. I do not understand her angle. I do not understand her value to the game. This might be one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life, Kev.
You know what? I was talking to my wife about this because my wife huge Drake fan. So what I'm saying, I was like, hey, we got some new Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like he's back. He returned to the game or whatever. I played it for her one time. She was like, listen, don't ever play that ever again. She was like, I don't ever want to hear that ever again. Never. But you know what though? I get the appeal of Sexy Red because like, listen, how many Sexy Reds do you know? I know a million girls like that.
I do, but I don't want to hear them.
I have no choice but to hear them. Like they're just around. Like I got no problem with it. It's cool. Like so, and she make like, man, these are songs that like, listen, you can be as off key as you want because the song is off key, so it's easy to sing along with. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. Now, why did Drake decide that wanted to be his return? I have a good theory.
Okay, tell me that.
I feel like Drake was just trying to empty out the hate clip. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was like, people aren't gonna like this. They weren't gonna like whatever I put out next anyway. Let me just give them something stupid to just go ahead and empty out the hate clip, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know what I'm saying? Get it all out. Whatever. I lost the battle. Whatever. And then so that way, whenever his next single or whatever his next offering is going to come out, you know what I'm saying? People might be a little bit more receptive.
Okay. So this
is a throwaway.
I mean, I get it being a throwaway, but this is where I disagree because out of all the times you could have a throwaway, not now. You're literally
he needed it. He needed something to take the pressure off.
Well, he needed something to take. I think he could have done that by just making good music. I think when we talked about it after the end of the pod, we said, okay, it's clear Drake lost his battle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's clear that Kendrick, he tucked him in on so many fronts. The only way I thought he could have came back to this and been good would have been to make good music. Seriously, just come out and make a dope track or make some good music. Get away from the subliminals. Get away from all that. Just go back to music or going back to being corny Drake. Just go back.
It's not time. It's not time yet, man. Like,
it wasn't time for this, Kev. It wasn't time for this.
It was. I'm telling you, as far as strategy goes, man, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because think about it like this. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Drake comes out with Hotline Blingin' again or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like something that should have just been a smash, but we've still got that Aubrey hate in our hearts or whatever. So like he puts out a song that should be a smash. Everybody's disliking it. We're talking about, you know what I'm saying? This sucks. K-Dot's the GOAT. And you know what I'm saying? Like
that can still happen.
It could still happen, but I'm saying, hear me out. So, like, listen. So we're emptying the clip on a banger, something that should have been certified. It ain't got nothing to do with the beef. It's the boy back in the boys' form. He's giving you the summer anthem that you can go dance to in the club, and everybody's just ripping it. And we like, nah, put on that BBL Drizzy. Nah, he not like us. Certified lover boy, certified PDF file. You know what I'm saying? To a banger, to a smash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Drake had to just throw out some trash and be like, all right, listen, go ahead and trash this because y'all are trashing me right now.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Get it all out. Get it all out. And then by the time that another banger has come along, like, you know, maybe we forgot that. Now we moved on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're more able to receive, you know what I mean, a banger, or you know what I'm saying, we're ready to let him back in the good graces. That's my theory. That's
a good theory. Okay, and I'm not saying that it, but I disagree. And the reason why I disagree,
I can see it both ways. So yeah, I'm trying.
You're in the corner fighting. I get it. But okay, so it brings up a question I wanted to ask you. I don't think it's cool to hate Drake. I don't think that's even what's going on right now.
I think it is right now.
I think it is cool. I think that's what's going on in the fact that some people might view it that way. But I think that a lot of the Kendrick fans, this is where I said before in the pod, one thing about the Kendrick and Drake debate or battle that was going on, it separated, drew a strong line in the sand. And you had Drake fans, you had Kendrick fans. And then once they started to clash, once that started to happen, there is no good Drake can do. There is no, even some of his past stuff is like, that's whack. Why did we allow this to happen? You know? And then what the part that to me that I found it to be more surprising was that I didn't know a lot of people thought Kendrick was overrated. And I'm like, I never knew that was a thing until this battle happened. But I thought that once the battle ended, all Drake fans go to their respectful corner, all Kendrick fans go to their respectful corner. People who love music, we're on both sides and kind of listening to all this. But I think it's become cool to like point out how corny Drake is, but I thought that was always his superpower.
Yeah, me
you know
too.
what I mean?
But
I always thought
that
it did get neutralized, and I think that's the thing that we didn't account for from this battle when Kendrick was saying that we're left with. Like, I think it's to the point where anything Drake does is going to be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. You're appropriating. Even if he puts out a banger, he gets Tim's and they put out another, like the song we had with Future. That was a complete banger. I even look at it with different ears now. I go back on like, why did he go back and this colonizer? Why is he going back and getting him and making some good music? I don't want to hear this from you. And I think that, so I take my stance back on originally when I said I don't think it's cool to hate Drake. I think that before it's being cool, I think it's like we're looking at him with a different lens. You know, we're looking at him like, man, you ain't of this culture. You kind of borrowed from it to make some gain, and you jump around. You're Shang Tsung. And I used to say it with jokingly to you about like, it was Shang Tsung. But like now that Kendrick has put on for it more, I don't know if Drake can rebound from any of this, man. I really don't. Only thing I can say, like, if I gave him a blueprint, I'm going back to my stance before about what he should do. Drake, if you're watching this podcast, just get married, man. Get married, get your hair cut, get rid of the beard, get a clean cut, and just go back to being corny Drake and just make good music. Maybe I don't know.
It ain't gonna work. It ain't like, listen, man.
Don't do this. Don't do this sexy red thing. This was egregious.
His best tactic would just be like act like none of this ever happened. Just go back to like it. Like I did notice in that You My Everything or whatever. I don't think Drake said a word that had the letter K in it. He was like, he's like, now Metro, you can still get this. You can still get this smoke, Metro, but we're gonna leave that guy. Like, I barked up the wrong tree. The tree fell on me. You know what I'm saying?
Fam, I know we said it before. I cut the grass the other day, and I put on, because I put all the songs, all the disses in order of how they came out, and like I've never seen tables turn so quick. you know, like super quick. And it was like, there's no coming back from this, man. Like,
it's tough, man. And Not Like Us is not letting up. Like,
no. 616 in LA. Like this it's not like that's not letting up. Like it was.
Euphoria gets better with every listen.
Yes, Euphoria does get better. I still sometimes gotta pop out. I say quotes from Euphoria in my regular everyday life. Like I might be putting laundry in. Like sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Like I'll say it, like mumble it at least 5 to 10 times a day. You know.
It's like, man, listen. Hey, sometimes you gotta up the skull with them. It's like I feel that. I feel that
in my soul. In my soul. So I don't know. I don't know what Drake what he's gonna do. I just know that whatever.
Ignore it. Ignore. Just don't act like it never happened, man. Just keep on chugging right along, man. Don't do this anymore. Don't mention that other guy. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because he said it on there.
You had your shot.
You're the boogeyman. Go do what you do. He did it, Drake.
Yeah.
You know?
So you got what you wanted, and now like keep on. You make bling and hotline bling. Yeah, give us one of them, man. I need a one that we need some more of those. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know what I'm saying? But no more of the tough talk, none of that. Like no stick talk, you know what I'm saying? Like no dirty up the sticks, none of that. None of that. One dance, I love you, girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Better start working on your choreography. You know what I mean?
I would just answer the questions we had. Like, why is he around? Why is he around? You know, just answer those questions.
I don't act like none of that never happened. Like, listen, erase any picture you ever took with him, like you did that Carl Malone photo.
You definitely tried.
And, erase all memory of Baca. You know, it's like, sorry, bud. It was a good ride, man.
Why is he around? Like that was the like little stuff that came from this battle. I never thought would have been like an everyday saying now. Like, hey, man, why is he around? You know.
Like, you know what? This was actually like it was like a baptism, man. It's like, yo, listen, man, Drake, you get to come out of this clean, man. Like, you don't have to portray this gangster image no more.
Right.
Like, nah, man, just, you know what I'm saying, start rapping about 401ks and
and, for sure,
you know, matrimony and, you know what I'm saying, building wealth and investing and raising your kids and
don't say kids though. That's a K. He can't say kids. You're adolescent.
Children.
Yeah, there you go.
Children.
He made so many mistakes. All right, man. Last thing I want to talk about. We gotta talk about this Apple list. These lists come out every year, and I'm convinced they come out just to piss everybody off. Like they cannot be serious on this. So Apple put out a list, top 100 albums of all time. Albums of all time. And I don't know, like I skimmed through it first when I first saw it. I'm like, okay, let me just go to number one. I want to see what they felt was number one album of all time, right? And the number one album immediately ticked me off because
Miseducation
of all time, best album of all time.
It's a very good album.
It is a very good album.
I guess I give it you understanding the criteria that they were trying to go off of too, and also like they're looking at influence and impact of the album. So it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Miseducation was definitely a big step forward for hip hop, for women in hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, it was, I
the best album of all time, though. Okay, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue it being top 5. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not gonna argue being top 5. The only thing that stood out to me was looking at the list, right? Because this the beauty of music is I love is subjective. Whoever, it might mean different things to different people, right? So I don't have any issue with anyone being on there. I think my issue was the people that weren't on here. Like,
who's missing?
DMX's first album.
I can see that. Okay, but I'm saying we go on all genres. It gets tough. It does get a little tough.
Okay, we're gonna just go. But
like Travis Scott's Astroworld shouldn't have been on there.
No, I don't think Astroworld should have been on there. You could have took that off and put DMX in there, or you could have took that off. You could have put Travis Scott's first album on there.
How's Reasonable Doubt not make it?
How did Reasonable Doubt not make it? What Jay-Z albums were on here? Blueprint. That was it.
I think so.
I think the Black album should have been more. If you had to pick one J album, what would you go with? Would you go to Blueprint?
I mean, Blueprint, I get it. It makes sense. Like, that was probably his biggest, I don't want to say his biggest commercial success, but like that was kind of like his breakthrough album where it kind of cemented him as like, okay, the consistency or whatever. Like, yeah, he might be the greatest of all time, you know, at that time.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as when I listen to the albums, and the one that impresses me the most is Reasonable Doubt, just because it's like, man, this was your debut album. It was this good. Like, wow. Like, yeah. And it got slept on too. Like, that's what makes it great. It did get slept on. Yeah. No, it did get stepped on. The list itself though, bro, like the top 5 I don't have a problem with, other than like
All right, we've debated this before. We reviewed Blonde.
Blonde belongs where it is. Like
Top
that's
5?
a fantastic album. Yeah,
I got to go back because I've since went back and listened to it again when we talked about this. I'm like, okay, Blonde hits a little differently when I got a little older. I like Channel Orange better. That's just my opinion.
I like Channel Orange a lot.
Yeah, but like Blonde being in the top 5 kind of stood out to me. Stevie Wonder.
Keep in mind, Blonde's been out for 8 years. At this point, like, and it still feels like, you know what I'm saying, it still feels fresh. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, it does still feel fresh. But hold on, Good Kid, Mad City, number 7.
I understood that pick. Even though I think To Pimp a Butterfly is a better album.
I think To Pimp a Butterfly is a better album.
Good Kid, Mad City is the longest charting hip hop album of all time.
Yeah. That is true. And shoot, going back to even looking at this list and looking at the numbers that go along.
Number 20 this week.
I know.
It was number 19. I mean, it's like,
but that was kind of on the cusp of, or the tail end of the beef. Everybody's like, because I think once again, a lot of people said Kendrick was overrated, which I never really understood that take. And they're like, let me go listen to his music.
It's only people that didn't listen to him.
Exactly, because Jay even said it. I'm gonna go back and listen to Kendrick. This dude's really amazing. Yeah. He's been
people been saying it for a long time. Like, it's like
yeah. But this list, I would say the only one that stood out to me, there was no DMX albums on there. I think DMX to hip hop was huge. Like, he came in, did something totally different, and also for me, I'm pretty documented. I don't like old school hip hop. So you could have took some of these NWA albums out of here. You could have got some of these Public Enemy.
Straight Outta Compton needs to be on there.
Straight Outta Compton needs to be there. Yeah.
For Fear of a Black Planet, that was, that's an important hip hop album.
How was 808 and Heartbreak not on here?
That is tough. Now you're right about that. That was a tough. I was like, ooh, man, that was like genre defining. Like, man, that was
it literally ushered in a whole sound.
Yeah, I mean, without 808s, we don't get Drake.
No, we don't get Drake. Heck, we might not get Kid Cudi. Yeah, we don't get a lot of people because of without 808 and Heartbreaks, man. Like, that was I don't know. To me, that was one that was like. But once again, going back to my life,
that's a different list.
Yeah, that's a different list. That is a different list. I think they might have should have broke it up in genres. That might have been better.
We should do our own list, man. Like, I would love to do a list of like, but also like, not well known, but like super dope hip hop albums like Blue in Exile, Below the Heavens, Little Brother, The Minstrel Show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Acid
like,
Rap.
Mad Villainy. Even though I think Mad Villainy made it on that. Made it on the Apple Music list, I think. But yeah, like Acid Rap, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these hip hop projects that
we do add mixtapes in there
too. If you know. Oh, absolutely. Dedication?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
You already know where I was going with that. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely got to go with those, bro. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. We got to, I think if we do that, though, we got to bring in some other people that more versed, like in R&B wise. Because, like, I'm an R&B head, but maybe have the wives on it. Maybe get them out.
I don't listen, man. I don't know. My wife don't know hip hop in that way. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna know the underground mixtapes.
Yeah, I know my baby ain't. Like, I know she ain't. Yeah.
She know what I let her hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll put my spin on it. I had my wife. I know we were talking about it before on pod. I had her in hell these last couple of weeks. Like, I was trying to explain to her this Drake and Kendrick thing. Like, trying to get really give it to her. I felt like Charlie Day on the board. Like, this is what's going on. And he said this to him. And why the hell is Baca around? You know?
That's a fact. I'm like, yo, if you hadn't went to sleep on that Friday night, that was the most intriguing bit of hip hop entertainment we've ever seen in our lives. I've never seen anything like it. The world stood still.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, so I got a question too.
Cut that grass.
Right, you got to cut the grass. I was cutting the grass the other day, and I thought about something too. Imagine, do you think it would have hit differently if Meet the Grams came out before Family Matters?
I think it worked out perfect.
Yeah,
because it would have worked out better for Family Matters because Family Matters is a good record.
It is.
It just wasn't enough. And I remember hearing it and thinking to myself, like, oh, this ain't enough. Right. And then Meet the Grams came out. And it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, we said that. But I think the thing that I dialed it back super quick and said, agreed with your stance too, because I was trying two things. One, I was trying to figure out why did he sound so angry on Family Matters? Like, you mentioned my son. Kendrick never mentioned his son. But I thought maybe he had heard Family Matters before. I mean, Meet the Grams beforehand. But it would have hit totally different, even worse, because if you heard Family or Meet the Grams first and then you didn't dedicate a whole song to Kendrick, you were wrong. Like, it wasn't, to your point, it wasn't enough. You know, like you literally
and then the
wanted
Heart Part 6. It just sounded so sad.
It did. It sounded super sad. And that beat was fire too. That Heart Part 6 beat is fire.
But you were also competing with Not Like Us at that point. It was like, oh, it's out of here, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
we're out of here.
Going back to Kendrick's Superpower, bro. Like I literally, because when I made the kids video I sent you, I wanted to look for some instrumentals. Those instrumentals for Euphoria are basic. Like they're not even, they're just they're okay. But when Kendrick put his inflections and voice on it, it's like, yo, this dude's he's an animal, man. He really is.
To the next level.
Yeah, he definitely did. But yeah, I had my wife in hell these last couple of weeks. But
I was having a good time doing it.
Oh, like, absolutely.
I listen, you don't know hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to show you the game. This is hip hop, true hip hop, classic cinema.
Well, they would go to it. Why is he being so mean? Like, he's not being mean.
You got to. This is rap beat.
It's competition, baby. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the best. Like, he's trying to be the best.
That's been the conversation. I'm like, but you don't know nothing about no competition. That's the real problem, man.
Everybody don't get a ribbon. Okay,
you gotta go for the jugular, go for the kill. You know what I'm saying? Ah, yeah. So hold on. So back to realize I'm having too much fun.
Exactly. I was in my bag these last couple of weeks, man. So going back to this list though, which one stand out to you that wasn't on the list? Was there any that stood out? You like, man, I don't see why this album wasn't on the list. Or any.
I mean, like just like, you know what? When I understood the criteria, I was like, okay. I just kind of accepted the list for what it was. Like, again, there are a few albums that I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, Astroworld probably didn't belong there, even though it was, you know, it was in the 90s or whatever. But it's like, it probably don't belong there. I can't really think of any exclusions on there. I was surprised to see that Sign of the Times made the list along with Purple Rain.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, Prince got 2 entries, man. That's awesome. I thought Thriller would be one. I still think Thriller probably deserves.
Thriller's
to be
probably one. Thriller is probably one. Because at first I was thinking like, dang, there's no Whitney Houston albums on here, but Whitney never had a good collection of music, like a good. Like
she had good songs.
Good songs. She had great songs.
Yeah. Never a body of work that we all just kind of refer to, but it's like Songs in the Key of Life. I knew that was going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised to see Blonde so high up.
Yeah.
But I was happy because I'm like, man,
I know you were, because it proves your
phenomenal
point.
album.
That's all it does. It proves your
told
point.
you many years. But it's just what I believe. I'm like, man, this is a phenomenal body of work.
Yeah.
Even so much so that I'm like, yo, it really should not overshadow Endless. Endless is a phenomenal album.
Yeah.
But
that was like a
the fact that we can't listen to it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. True. All right, bro. Well, shoot, that's all I really had other than that with the list. These lists are created to tick us off. We're going to do our own list. GamesMusicLyfe is going to do a list. We're going to do that. And we'll put it on Apple Music to where y'all can go listen to it too.
Spark conversation just like we're having right now. So that's fine.
And Drake, if you see this podcast, do not do what you did anymore. Get Sexy Red out of here.
I do know one album I was surprised. Man, Oracular Spectacular probably should have made it. I put Oracular Spectacular in where Astroworld is.
Where
take Astroworld off.
Yeah, Astroworld's the one that's on here. It's like, yo, get it up out of here.
And In Search of deserved to be in that list as well. That was also and I mean maybe it's another one of those albums where it's still too underground. Not enough people are familiar with the body of work, but like the sound was so dynamic, and it influenced so many artists that I think it deserves that nod. But you know, again, we talking semantics. So we make our own list.
And I think Janet Control album wasn't even her best album. I think Velvet Rope's Janet's best album. That's just my.
I can see that too. Yeah, I can see that too. Velvet Rope was a good album.
Very good, very good. All right, man, let's get out of here. Yo, beautiful people, this Nadir.
This kid.
And yo, we are GamesMusicLyfe. This was the GamesMusicLyfe podcast, episode 338. Drink more water, people. Peace.